Kill is up against the Vladimir of Xiaohu, and in the game that Fnatic played in the group stage versus EVOS, it was Camille that could not beat the Vladimir in the late game now, as Karsa finds himself stuck under the turret, having to run away from yet another Fnatic attempt.
Now, of course, he farms slower than Ascana, but because he went for that gank bot side, he gave up caps. He's still level 3 at the 5-minute mark into the game. But certainly slowing down the advance of the Zap.
That's going to be important here for Fnatic to keep track of Karsa's level. Bot lane might cancel a recall, and this Vladimir is here.
Oh, Xiaohu shows up at just the right time. You couldn't have done that better if you tried. First blood to RNG's mid lane.
Caps most likely expected Xiaohu to be back in base here. Did not communicate that he could be on his way to the bottom lane. He didn't even get to use the Predator. So
Doesn't have the high AP totals. Late game, it's not late game like you mentioned, Deficio, and the zone control just went on. You have to mention, though, Karsa does start it off with the Baron steal.
He gets the steal here. Sadly for him, not a Baron, but
Drake steal, close enough.
And Cloud is the same in NA as a Baron. This here, though, is the fight where, for Fnatic, Reckless is completely untouched in the entire fight because all the engages were either used on stealing a Drake or used on trying to knock off Caps.
It's not as tanky as it's going to be late game. The Zac tried to go out and just exit the fight on the right side, but Bwipo smartly realized he can get his items, but he hasn't been able to push up lanes. They do get that in a turret because of all the attention on lane.
And Bwipo can keep doing this. The question is, can he do it fast enough for him to actually take an inhib before RNG gets a big fight? Fnatic are still in an okay spot as long as they can execute around this next Baron. They cannot afford to lose a fight and a Baron, then the game will go heavily in RNG's favor. So as long as they can continue around this objective and start it eventually and then win the following fight, it's okay.
Bottom side, let me call in some backup yet again. Ming comes in with the Abyssal Voyage, bringing Uzi along for the trip, and Bwipo wants nothing to do with any of this. Tries to get himself away, but across the map, it's Baron, started up by Fnatic. Hylissang's going to keep the remaining members of RNG occupied, while Reckless, Broxah, and Cap do everything they can to burn this down. They've already got it down to about half, as the fight will continue over off the side. Bwipo having to issue the ultimatum, trying to get himself away. He will fall, and the RNG counterattack begins. Into the pit goes Karsa. Baron going to be taken down below 1,000 HP, and Karsa steals away. Fnatic finds disaster as Letme grabs the kill onto Reckless. Uzi grabs the kill onto Broxah. Fnatic have already lost 3 and the biggest objective on the map. Caps steps onto the trap as he tries to continue running, but RNG have found such a huge success here. Letme wants to chase down Hill. Archangel's Seraph's Embrace anytime soon, but he is on track to getting that late game power.
It's going to be a smaller window, though, than we normally see, just because Uzi has picked up that first turret gold. He has farmed very well, and he has 2 kills and 2 assists, so he's actually going to hit his 3 items fairly soon. He's already sitting with about 1,000 gold in his bags. Reckless, though, is stronger at the moment. Let's see what happens bot lane. Here's the outnumbering tactic again.
Let me outnumber, drops the Hemo Plague, just trying to buy a little bit more time. TP is going to be coming in here. Uses the flash to get himself away. TP's completed. Xiaohu and Uzi both decide to show up. It's going to be Ming. It's going to be a party. And RNG brings the whole crew. Bwipo tries to escape, but Karsa's coming in as well to make sure there's no way out. And RNG grabs himself 3 for free.
This is exactly what we talked about.
Either isolated or in team fights, and the past 2 deaths have been critical losses for Fnatic.
That's why this game has really highlighted how Fnatic has played during this group stage. We see a lot of focus on getting early advantage to big plays, like this one.
Oh, Hylissang wanting to collapse on this one. Uzi into the front line, going to be caught off, going to be picked off, and he is out of the picture. This may be exactly what Fnatic needs. A double kill for Broxah, but Xiaohu's onto the back already. Grabbing the kill onto Reckless. Caps respawns as Hylissang tries to flash over the wall to keep himself alive. Xiaohu taken very low. Bwipo tries to channel the decimating smash, can't quite find it. But now with Caps back alive, RNG has to head for the hills. They will be able to pick up Hylissang on their way out. No way for that Kinch to escape the bench. Goodbye, sir, as Xiaohu picks up the money for it. Fnatic shouldn't grab anything else here.
See the power of that late game Aurelia. She can single out one. She can get backline access. She may not have AoE like the Vladimir, but she's doing the job and kill.
Straight down to base.
We call this the piggyback strategy in the LCK, where you bring your mid laner and try to crash a turret and an inhibitor as the enemy goes. But with Caitlyn going for a siege, you can see already a lot of damage done to that turret.
Bottom side, Bwipo gets collapsed on. Let Me and Xiaohu working together to burn him away. And without that side lane threat, it's now Fnatic looking to make the play onto the remaining members of RNG, but TP comes in. Karsa still looking to make the play, tries to use the ulti. Instead, going to be ulted back by Broxa. The Bloblets are in place. They're in the middle of the team, and Reckless grabs the kill onto that enemy jungler. Uzi barely kept alive by me.
They can chase though, Reckless red buff.
Reckless does manage to find himself a double, wants to make it a triple. Broxa gets the chilling smite down. Uzi tries to get himself away from this, but more damage coming in from Reckless. Wants to go forward a little bit further, needs another arcane shift into a mystic shot. And the triple kill for the AD carry.
RNG sent back their mid laner to kill Whippo. Suddenly, there are 3 members only of RNG pushing for that top lane inhib, and Fnatic, they realize they just charge straight at them.
First communication as a casting team. When it comes to the 5v5, the champs just outclassed.
I mean, also, I just think RNG, with a smart plan against what they expected to be a roaming mid laner from Fnatic, by bringing multiple teleports on their side, by having a mid laner that can really skirmish against Cap. So if he's not leaving his mid lane, he's going to be under pressure from this Irelia pick. So RNG had a smart plan to deal with what Fnatic was going to bring.
Uzi gets himself away from Whipple's initiation, and now the 5v5 breaks out. Karsa going to be taken low, still able to find the suppression in the back line. Goes Xiaohu, looking to find the damage onto Reckless. The peel is not enough, and the killing spree for RNG is only going to get better from here. Xiaohu taken low, but it's a double kill for Uzi. It's a double kill for Xiaohu, and that is going to be the ace for RNG.
That'll be game 1 as well. That time there was even the Surge Shield, but
a flash predicted is a Baron earned, and now RNG, 7,000 gold up yet again. They've got everybody alive. Enemy jungler dead for 30 seconds, pushing down the top side. Hylissang caught out in his own jungle, surely going to fall here. Ace in the hole comes through to seal the deal. Uzi goes on a rampage, and the march down the top lane continues.
They gotta wait for the minion wave, but it's on its way for them to get that last inhib. Fnatic will be forced to go back and try and defend. Hylissang is dead for another 30 seconds. He's not going to be there for the next fight if RNG just force it now.
Waiting on the minion wave doesn't seem to be the plan. They at least get a couple of pot shots onto that heavily armored turret.
There we go.
Now we've brought him up. The minions are here to party. Seismic shoving him in. Not really a very important target. Caps now being chased down. There comes your Orn Horn as Caps gets bursted, barely getting himself away. The damage coming through. The Guardian Angel and Naval XG. Reckless finds a shutdown onto Xiaohu. He's able to grab it on Naval XG as well. Brox is still looking to find some more damage. Uzi taking very low. Triple kill over onto Reckless.
He's gonna look
Big
for more
trying to get away from this one. Surely there's no way out. A Quadra for Fnatic's AD carry. Let Me is the last man standing. They want to just provide time for Reckless to walk over here and take him down. Let Me wanting to get away, but that should not happen. Broxa wants to provide the CC. Quick kill for Reckless.
what a story. We had 2 Quadras. One goes the way of Reckless. One goes
Beaten down as well. RNG. 4 dead opponents. They push into the base. They've got themselves already onto inhibitor turret number 1.
And we said this before, yeah, RNG, they're so good at playing these scrappy games, playing games with tons of skirmishes and team fights. This is what they do so often back in the LPL. Fnatic tried their hardest to really get ahead in these games here, but every single time that RNG managed to match it and get the advantage over on their side. It is now 2 inhibs to 0, a 7k goal lead as well for RNG.
Times are dire for Fnatic after that push. Disaster from RNG's success in that setup. They just weren't ready to stop it on the side of Fnatic.
And Fnatic, at the end of the day, did their research and said, we need to attack them, we need to roam. This is how we got our advantages. They played to that. RNG also were fully aware, and their defensive play has been beautiful. This was the outnumbered fight. Singe is in the top lane. He knows he can't actually change anything. He comes over. Reckless does survive at the start here, but him actually tripping up and falling down is what really cemented the base being ruined.
Want to point out there was also a flash devour from Ming in that fight to save Xiaohu and make it so RNG didn't drop a single man.
It did seem like Reckless could have just jumped with the arcane shift over the wall and found a safer path back into the wave. He tries to go direct, the direct line translation, and that's where Uzi
is fantastic at denying people from actually getting into the Baron pit in the first place.
Can't flash.
If you have the control around it and you put it down on MLXG, he's not getting in there, and then Broxah can secure the Baron with the smite. Might be an interaction to look for if Fnatic keeps the control.
We'll keep our eyes open for that one as 24 minutes into the game. Baron dances, Baron contest, Baron vision all becomes much closer to reality, as that will become a highly contested objective. It's Xiaohu in the bottom side, split pushing against Whippo Singed. And that Singed doesn't have a lot of tankiness just yet. Leandri's Torment, Shirelia's Reverie, Uzi going to be forced to be saved by Ming's Tom Kench. Tries to get himself away, pops the heal to give Ming a little extra move speed to avoid the shove. RNG thinking about maybe needing to collapse there, popping the Predator on the Olaf, but now bottom side it's Whippo using the ultimate, trying to escape from Xiaohu, who flashes forward to land the Rune Prison. TP now going to be used, Whippo trying to escape. It's going to be a split fight at the start. They've already lost the top laner for Fnatic, as Rekkles is caught behind enemy lines. A little more damage to finish him off. On the front line goes Xiao, who's still surviving for now. But Tom Kench counters Skarner as they're still able to find more damage. Hits RNG with a 3-for-0 as Hylissang and Broxah have to run away.
Oh, Fnatic lose so many kills here. RNG, they see that Singe in the bot lane. They know he's squishy and they attack him. Again, Whippo dies and